SPARC, Spouses, Parents, Children. On Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Pagpapalitang tupak at tama. Buhay ating isa sa loob sa labas ng eskwela. Ating itinida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawalming nasyon, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayo, tulong at tulong, pagkamuigil, kaligig, nagiging, and right, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo,
What keeps a family shining? It's that spark, the bond between spouses, the wisdom of parents, and the dreams of children. And guess what? We're turning that spark into a show. Introducing SPARC, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. A program filled with real talk, life hacks, inspiring stories, and yes, even the fun and laughter that keep families strong. So tune in, light up your day, and let's celebrate what makes every family shine. SPARC, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Your campus, your community, your spark of inspiration.
Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of SPARC Podcast, all about marriage and parenting in the eyes of spouses, parents, and children. This program is brought to you by CBX Network, Radyo Katipunan, the Discovery Weekend, and the Love Institute. Always broadcasting live over at JESCOM building at the Ateneo de Manila University. So welcome to all our listeners over at 87.9 FM, those on YouTube, on Facebook. As always, I am your coach, Aiza, Caparas-Tabayoyong, keeping you company and hopefully keeping you awake and keeping Mondays interesting for us to have a more meaningful exchange about different relationship topics. And for today, speaking of relationship topics, we're zeroing in on the dating scene. This is going to be our part 2 from last week's talk on intimacy. But today, let's talk about dating, as our title for the episode is called Differentiating Sex and Intimacy Part 2. A look at how singles date these days. Naku, tagal ko nang hindi nakasama sa demographics ng singles. But yes, we're so happy that we have someone who's still there and is willing to share her experience in the dating scene at the 20th century o palapit na tayong 21st century. So, we have with us today a licensed broker, portfolio manager, and founder of Wealthwise Talk. She applies the same analytical rigor and to the balance sheets as she does to her bad dates. That's interesting. She's also the former host of billionaire news channels Follow the Money, business consultant, and a fractional CMO. She's here to also join us and unpack why online dating is basically a funnel problem and why most people are optimizing for the wrong metrics. So please welcome, joining us on air via Zoom, we have Barachina.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ms. Maribel. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, good morning.
All right.
Sheena.
And as China said, we have also a regular resource person. She and her husband are the current chair couple of the Discovery Weekend, is also the founder of the Love Institute. She co-authored several dating books, including I've Been Dating Now What, Thinking of Marriage, and Teen Crush. Please welcome, as always, the gorgeous, lamang lang ng isang paligo sa akin, Coach Maribel Dionisio.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, okay, I switched it. I'm so sorry,
Good
Coach
morning,
Aiza
dear,
and Miss
not only
Maribel.
parents, but hopefully a lot of singles are also listening in this morning. A very exciting stage, the dating stage.
Yes. Matagal ka ba dito sa stage?
Medyo matagal ako dyan sa dating stage na yan.
Oh, let's talk about that. Naku, revelation ito. May show kami pinanood kahapon eh. Revelar de it's an Addams Family. Congratulations, by the way, to the Blue Repertory of Ateneo for a successful run of Addams Family the past 2 weekends, and they had their last day yesterday. So it's all about love also, sayang for those who missed it, maybe someday again. But it was wonderful. Okay, so let's get started. Maribel, China, if you're there. Okay? Ano nga
Yes.
ba? In the 20th century, how has dating changed? O, tayo medyo iba-iba tayong generation. We have
Baby boomer.
boomer. Okay, ikaw na magsabi, ako na magsabi. We have a boomer,
Okay
we have a
lang.
Gen Xer, and I think China is a millennial. Tama ba?
Millennial.
Millennial
Kasama mo
siya.
doon.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how has dating life changed now in the 20th century compared to before?
I think for all the batches, I would say millennials will be the one that has really seen the change, because 10 years ago when I started in this dating scene, it's really totally different. So that was past, even if you have social media back then, you have social networking, it's still different. You meet most of them probably 70% you meet organically through book clubs and organizations, singles events. But now, because of the technology, you have more choices. You can even meet people, which is not here in the Philippines, and but it's all online. And when it comes to technology, since you have a lot of options, it's also hard for singles to be pinned down, so to speak, in being exclusive.
Parang ang
So
dami
I've seen that a
choices.
lot.
Daming choices kasi, no? So, mga nagsasalawahan, sabi nga ng mga Tagalog, diba, nagsasalawahan. There's so many choices, alin kaya ang pipiliin ko?
Yeah.
How about you, Maribel? What's your take on this?
But choices are very helpful. That's very good. Of course, our time, it was meeting them. The ones that I met were in the parish work or mga organizations like China would mention. And of course, my husband, I met him also in an organization of where sons and daughters would meet. It was called the Sons and Daughters Encounter.
Oo.
So,
So baka pwede pa rin yun. Kasi kami ng asawa ko, we met in Singles for Christ. So
Right,
it's still a
right.
community. O mag-join
Oh, I
kayo ng
remember.
charismatic community, and maybe you'll find someone for life. Pero ako, naiisip ko rin, before we zero in on the dating apps per se, parang ngayon kasi, pag may nagkagaya ko, matagal din ako nag-date. Marami yung nagpapakilala, blind date.
Oo.
When sinabing blind date, blind talaga. I mean, not that we cannot really
Yeah.
see, but you haven't no information
about the person,
about
yeah.
the person, except for
I
the
tried
little
that.
except for the little that your friend who's matching
yes,
will say, ito
yes.
dito nag-work, ganito yung
Di
itsura,
ba exciting yung blind date then? You don't know what's going to come your way.
Ngayon, ano na yung blind date, di ba? Parang i-check ko ng IG mo, i-check mo yung Facebook, wala nang masyadong mystery.
May
Pero
additional information na. There's some information, but you still have to really meet up and talk more.
if the one chooses to still meet
Yes,
up, but
yes.
sometimes you're already prejudged, right? Di ba, China? Minsan na-prejudge na kasi sinilip na yung Facebook mo and other social medias.
Although I hate blind dating, oh my God.
Nagsawa ka, China?
Because I'm totally someone who likes to are motivated in the physical first before I deal with the brain. So when it's not my type, you can see it on my face
Gina
and the
needs the
interest.
picture first.
I really wouldn't. Yeah, you can take it this against me. I don't know, but it's just something that I really did not subscribe to. Even in the first time I heard of that, and sometimes they will say because it's their friend, so they will say, okay naman siya, he looks good, blah blah blah. But then it's not your type. So how
Of
would you
course.
say no to a friend of a friend, right? So it's really hard to turn down when it's a blind date and was referred by a friend who's close to you because you
Kaya,
really don't want to hurt both of them in the beginning, right?
kaya
So
sabi nila, pag blind date, you request for coffee. Wag naman dinner kasi baka 3 hours yun or 2 hours. Parang,
Para meron kang exit na
may exit.
maikli-ikli.
Sabi ko ng isa, yung 3-in-1 coffee, wag yung...
Yeah. And don't worry, Gina, we won't take it against you because that's your preference. There are people who are visual, there
Yeah.
are people who are
That's-
auditory,
that's
there
very
are people
common.
who are
Yeah, yeah.
tactile.
Yeah.
So Gina is visual. FYI to all the bachelors out there.
And that's good. She knows what she wants. It's important that you know what you want. because
Correct,
it will,
exactly. That's a good step. We'll go to that later. I'm sure we'll bring that up. But yeah, so speaking of dating apps, let's zero in on that. How does those new dating apps play a role on how, the way singles now literally screen for intimacy before they even meet the person? Any take on this? Gina, how about you?
yeah, I mean, I can speak for myself, but I've seen studies wherein people would really prefer dating apps early in the day, especially 3 years, 5 years ago, because 44% in the US said that they found their lifetime partner. And this is backed by really official research. In Asia, there's an Asia Pacific Tinder study wherein 88% of the survey dating apps users, at least few of their romantic relationships started in dating apps, and 21% of them in their romantic relationships started through other dating apps. So it's really something because if you are, especially for people who are so focused at work, they won't be able to find another avenue to meet people, and dating apps is the main way to go for them to meet other people in other circles, right? When it comes to my own experience, I kind of meet a lot of people along the way, especially when I was on TV. I meet guests. But then in my case, since I actually don't prefer to not to date local men, probably because this is one of my self-discovery as I, grow old. What I'm aligned to when it comes to mental and my ways, I tend to, and because of that preference, dating app is really something that I use as intentional dating. Dating app, yeah.
Yeah, I use it. Just to be curious, what are the dating apps that are available out there that you know of at least? Parang
At
dami-dami.
least, yeah, we have here that some of the dating apps I know is not even accessible here in the Philippines. But the ones that is number one and which empowers women is Bumble. That was actually, I think, based from what I've read, that was created by someone who used to work in Tinder to empower women because the difference is they'll be the women will be the first one to message. Then there's Tinder. There's Love Pinay. I know, but only a minor. Bumpy also. There's Hinge is very well known in Australia, US, and the UK, but we don't have that here. There's a premium one that's called Raya. Raya is Raya has a free filter on itself. So they filter professionals, CEOs, even executives that are really finding love intentionally.
Wow.
And once you pass the profile, that's the only time that you'll be able to match with other professionals and other executives.
Wow.
So those are the vast range. I have it. Oh, there's OKC, OkCupid, and Bagel. There's something Coffee Meets Bagel. Yeah.
Coffee,
there.
coffee meets dip bagel, yeah.
Oh, ang
Yeah,
dami. Honestly, I have not try the single one. Baka kasi pag nakita ko ng mga friends, why is Aiza on Tinder? Why is
Not
Aiza on...
you, your children
baka
later on.
magalit yung
Oh, there's a
asawa ko.
hack. There's a hack for that so people won't see you that you're there.
Oh, yeah. And then, parang gusto ko naman i-announce just for experimental and educative purposes. No?
Because of our work.
Because of our work. But yeah, amazing. Ang dami. Thank you, China. How about you,
There's pa
Maribel?
Catholic match. You've heard of that,
Catholic
Sheena?
dating, yes.
Catholic dating match.
match
So really,
dating.
it's both are Catholics, or for Catholics. And dami questions, and we've had a number of friends who went there and found a candidate.
Yeah.
Not yet married, they're still dating. But in terms of, because if your religion or being Catholic is important
Yes.
to you, then, that's a target.
And just crossed my mind, if the Catholics have formed a dating app for Catholics, maybe every religion has
There is
also
for Muslims, I've
for
seen
formed
around
their
yeah.
own
Sure.
dating apps too,
Yeah.
no? Especially if having a common religion is a value for them.
Right,
And I just remembered, especially we've been in the Love Institute for the past
18 years.
18 years. Ako mga 17
Wow.
years, right? But I remember there was a time, and I saw Riza. We work with Riza Galvestan. We said,
yeah.
Riza. And we literally
Customized dating was her business.
And that required papers, those who are applying,
Information,
potentials, to fill up a lot of forms.
Parang
and then we
resume,
do
no?
personality
About- yeah.
assessment, and we
Yeah.
do the actual matching. We have
Right,
papers in
right.
front of us and actual matching. Oh, ito.
Yeah.
Ngayon, my gosh, on
Yes.
the click of a button.
I know,
right?
I know.
But yeah, that's the evolution of the dating matching scene, and now the apps, of course, make it more efficient. And based on China's data, parang dumadami yung success stories,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
So it's not pero bakit nagkaka-bad rep ang dating apps? Why do you think some people are discouraging, or may a little bit ba na stigma for those using dating apps, and where is that coming from kaya?
Oh, well, yeah. So I mentioned like a few years ago, it was really intentional dating. But then recently, when people find ease to find a match, they will also use it in something like in a short-term period. Like people travel, and then people travel, they meet. They meet other people. And it's an exciting way of meeting people. And sometimes, it's just something that you really cannot hold on for so long, and you just met them and you're attracted to them. Then, so when that sparked interest, people who have a goal of just hooking up, that's where the culture started. And then it went, let's say the term is, it went viral, and it went, it's something that's easy access to people, like rather than going to the bar, spending some money to it, and then meeting people across, it will be easier at the tip of your finger to go and find your match, physically attracted to, and match and meet them.
Yeah.
And that's when you have coffee or have a drink or dinner.
Yeah. Like, ikaw na, Maribel, coming from a boomer perspective, ano tingin mo sa dating apps? Meron positive ba siya? Negative siya? Meron ba siyang
in the beginning,
stigma?
I said, why can't you find people organically, in the parties, but I guess this is an added option for the singles.
Yeah.
And as Gina mentioned, they are either busy or you're lazy to go out. Then it's easy to identify.
More efficient.
It's an efficient way. Instead of going to 10 parties, in a click, you'll be able to maybe find 3 or 5 candidates. So it is an added option. But we should not look at it now. No? Looking at it, it is an option to meet up. But I tell those who meet up, they say nga, meron yung 3-3-3 rule that I read.
What is the 3-3-3
I don't know if you
rule?
read, if you
Wow.
know that, China. Sabi nila, the first 3 are the 3 dates with this person. In the 3 dates, you're checking for chemistry. Kasi, from the information, there is something common. But is there
From the
chemistry?
published information.
Yes.
Okay.
Crush mo ba? I mean, are you into... In
May
3
energy match ba when you're together?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've heard from some who went on a date, nga, sa first date lang parang walang chemistry. Pero conversation was flowing. It was
Okay.
good. So, yan yung 3 dates. And then, if you continue after the 3 dates, in 3 weeks, you'll have an idea more about the seriousness of this relationship. Kung regular siya tumatawag or kayong dalawa nag-uusap pa rin, so parang there is a promise about that, no? Then yung 3 months. So 3 months really gives you more data about each other and really thinking of whether you proceed to a long-term relationship or the possibility of the long-term relationship. I think with this rule, it prevents that problem of, ano ba to? What's it going on? If you maybe talk about it, I read this 3-3 rule, can we adapt it so we will give feedback to
Yeah.
each other? Rather than i-ghost mo lang, mawawala ka na
May
lang.
isa ka pang 3, di ba? Lagi
Oo,
tayong
idadag-
yun yung dati na nating 3.
Idadagdag ko yung aking 3, China. Ito yung 3 years boyfriend, girlfriend before marriage because it will help you check naman the marriageability of each other.
Apply ba yung 3 years na yan sa long distance relationship?
Hindi, kailangan siguro 6 years siya.
Pag LDR,
Pag
6
LDR,
years.
we have to add other tools. Like they have more writing and intentional meeting and a lot of assessments to deepen. Because we want to, that marriageability, which comprises 3 things also. Are you emotionally mature? Do you have similar values? And are you truly in love? To know if you're truly in love takes time and you want to get married.
Yeah.
knowing
Ang dami
that you're
palang
truly in love.
threes. The trinity of dating. Not the holy trinity, but the
Yeah,
trinity
yeah.
of dating. Marami tayong natututunan kay Maribel and China also. And I'd like to follow up on what China mentioned earlier. Na the other side of dating apps is doon din na-develop yung hookup culture. Kaya,
What do you mean by hookup? You
Ayun.
define that. Kasi
she did earlier. No? Pero pag,
that's more physical, di ba?
Oo,
The
it's
hooking
more
up, there's physical intimacy.
physical
Okay.
or more on
Just to clear it up.
quote-unquote sexual encounter,
Yes.
short term,
Right.
yan, ako, di ba? Paano ba, so paano malalaman ng isang nagde-date if a person is just there for the hookup, for the short term, or for the long term?
Sa Bumble, may choices.
Oh,
Choice number 1, Sina, di ba?
Yeah.
Open to see where things go. May ganon. 2,
yan na ilalagay mo sa profile mo.
i-check mo.
Okay.
2, are you there for the long-term relationship? Number 3, are you there for casual? Number 4, intimacy without commitment, where sex
Yeah.
is
So
expected.
are you on Bumble? Are you on Bumble, Maribel, for experimental
I
purposes
interviewed
also?
several people.
Okay.
Tama ba yun, Sheena, di ba?
Just to be
May
clear.
choices. So that, if you check intimacy without commitment, talagang you will get those people.
Okay.
But if you want really long-term good relationships, you check number 2, long-term relationship.
There's another one.
Oh,
There's
yeah?
another one that Miss
Classic.
Maribel, this don't know yet.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Oh.
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
So, totoo naman. I mean, when they say,
Yeah.
they don't, ano tawag ng mga kaanak ko dyan, clickbait. They don't clickbait
Yeah.
you naman that you say, you want long-term, pero in the end naman,
Yeah.
hindi pala.
Oh,
Because there are like men or partners that are really good potential, but they're scared to just put it up front right away. And sometimes you don't want to eliminate those. But in the conversation, this is what's good thing about dating apps is that there's no mind games. That when you meet organically, you can deny are you just friends or are you dating? Because it's on the onset that you know that this person is attracted to you. That's why you match. So it's a big chunk of mind games when it comes to eliminating the fact, is he into me, is he not? Which is, it created another series or a movie because a lot of single people are in that same situation that they don't know if that person is into them or is just friends. And it eliminated that part of the dating app. And it's a big step to move forward. And that's what's good about those things. And sometimes it's just like when you're buying a house. It's not when you won't just if you're just looking or just scanning through.
Yeah.
It's not just right away
don't
you're
know
gonna.
yet, di ba?
Yeah.
The house.
Yeah, you don't know yet. So
Yeah.
and you're just scanning through the market. It's not like you're going to be proposed of marriage too, because
Right.
there's also a bad side when you say it's for long term or for marriage. Sometimes the conversation gets into deep very easily, or in a short period of time, that they lose the side of like chill getting to know part. So both of them
So,
have
natatakot ka
advantages and
agad. So, does
disadvantages.
that
Yeah.
scare potentials? First date, you're talking about marriage? Are you saying na that's
There
too
are
much
some
too
people
soon?
like that. I've done conversations where I saw that kind of questions, and it was like, even if you're intentionally dating, you're gonna be back. I still don't know you, and yet you're asking me those questions right away. I
I
mean,
guess for
it's
those people, they are clear about the end game. I want
yeah,
marriage
which is
here.
good.
And if
Yeah.
you're not into marriage, then let's not continue. But if you're thinking of marriage, let's see and explore, are we a potential couple? Pwede rin
Yeah.
yun. But I also see what Sheena's saying. For some, they really get scared. Pa, ooh,
Yeah,
this is too
yeah.
much for a first date. No? So,
Yeah, especially if there's
no, yeah. Go ahead, Sheena.
yeah, especially if there's no reference of you being friends. I mean, you can do that if you're friends for a long time, or you know people that knows that people. But if you're really getting to know the person day zero, it's not practical to talk about those things in the beginning.
Okay. So, with this, and then parang everything is more efficient, everything is easy to find, less trial and error. Would you say, I don't know if you have data on this or not, no? Would you say that there's actually a decline in long-term relationships and a lot of short-term, then either break na or kasal na kagad?
Well,
Yeah,
we
actually,
see
in
that.
modern dating in the US, it says they're 44% long term and 40% casual. So it means it was half when it comes to, because here in the Philippines, 52% of Gen Z singles view geeking out over mutual interest for intimacy, and 56% of Filipino singles say shared interests are the key to attraction. Meaning, if they find, kung makikita nila that this particular alignment is not that, madali na silang mag-decide whether ang dami ko yung option ba't ako magtitiis? I remember my first relationship. In my head, this should be for marriage, and it wasn't a good decision in the first place, because even if you're seeing red flags, I was seeing red flags, and I'm not acknowledging those red flags, is because I was set for marriage, and it's not a good thing to have in mind. I mean, even if that's your intention, that's your end game, you have to identify, okay, I have to know whether these are red flags for long-term relationship or even for marriage. If in this day, because you have so many options, and yung option mo will be very easy to find to the next date, then mas maliit na lang yung PC nila to say, okay, this is not for me, I can go to the next.
Oo. Ayun
That's true.
pala.
There's some, parang they don't have that much perseverance. But if you see the red flags, stop na. Especially if you know really what you like. Then why prolong the agony? Don't just ghost. You try to just say, I think this is not a match, or I think I'm not comfortable or compatible with you, and say goodbye nicely to each other, no? But yes, we have to look at the red flags. That's why the 3 years boyfriend-girlfriend will want to check the red flags. And this is where we also come in our work ni Aiza, the marriage preparation program, to help you further identify whether it's really meant for marriage or not.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. And I like the statistics. But then again, I don't know the statistics before dating apps came, no? So
yeah,
we
no.
really don't know if this is an increase or a decrease, but not bad, ah.
Well, based
44%.
on many of my friends, our generation, our children are the marrying age, my children in their 30s. Many of them are not getting married. One,
Yeah.
they have other options, have other things they want to
Yeah.
do. But in many cases, that's the generation also that has seen many bad marriages from their
Yeah.
own parents. So that's why we are here to help also if there are commitment issues or staying so long. We might have
If your parents traumatized you,
Yes.
there's a way to overcome that.
Actually, in the Philippines, there was a study that in 2023, so it went down 7.8%. From the four, and then in 2024 fell down 10.2% in
Wow.
2023
Long term.
for those who are getting into marriage and
Are
not
those
staying
people
single.
getting into marriage?
Yeah, and staying single. So
Interesting.
it's because the options are are very available, even if they're living, they're together
Yeah.
living, and they cannot commit because they're afraid, because they can see, probably they can, in just swipe, you can see what's the
Maybe
next.
that's an interesting topic we can also have
In the
next
future
time.
about
no?
living in. Really,
Living
does it-
in and
yeah.
what marriage,
Yeah.
the value of marriage and
Right.
the
Yeah.
image of marriage now. Then babalik si China for
Oo.
that
Oo.
specific topic. I don't know if there are other guests
Yeah.
who are willing to talk about that. Pero there's a question online here. So in this modern age with with online dating happening, uso pa ba ang traditional dating pa rin? I mean, would you
Traditional
still...
is yung pinakilala, yung
I
office
guess,
mate.
no? Ano ba traditional?
Oh, you would,
Yung
you
organic,
would be,
yung sinasabi ng China.
yeah, you would be
Yeah.
surprised. Gen Z prefers the organic meetup. That's what they say.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Because there a lot of studies recently, just especially last year, there was a decline in the usage of dating apps
Oh.
because like they're already burned out. So if you are using it too much and it's the access is too easy, the younger generation does not prefer it, and they always say that we wanted meet cute, organic meetup. And so that's why that there are running organizations, there are like high rocks, like those pickleballs, like
Yeah.
even in school, like in masteral, they prefer that over, I mean, for Gen Z alone, they prefer that over the dating apps. They got burned out. And
Right.
you would see, you know why? Because there will be a lot of promos of dating apps that do have a percentage of like premium packages that went down.
Oh.
And also, there was a layoff in Bumble for a significant
Wow.
number of, yeah. So it really is evident that the younger people, Gen Zs, prefer organic meetups because they
Yeah,
got
and
burned.
that is, our daughter, China, who's psychology graduate, made these deep cards that has conversation starters. And she created an event, the Conversations with Strangers. She's now into her 8th or 9th batch.
Run.
She was
Oh, wow.
surprised that people, she put it only on Facebook, and people who want to meet other people will meet up in this restaurant on a Sunday, 2:30 to 5 o'clock. And she uses these questions for them to converse with each other.
Yeah.
Majority of them really don't know each other. There are about
Right.
4 of them per table. And questions like, what makes you happy?
Yeah.
O, di ba? And then, what makes you laugh? And the comments of these people, wow, it's so nice to really talk to live
And
people.
no one has asked me that question
Yes.
before, right?
Why is it we don't talk about these
Yeah.
questions?
Such a simple question. It's
Yeah.
more of, how are you?
Yes.
Okay. Sagot mo dun. Fine. Pero but
right.
if you go on
Deeper.
a
That's why-
deeper prompt, baka,
Yeah.
or have the safe space to
Correct.
be listened to.
So they
I guess.
agree, no judgment.
No judgment.
We want to just get to know each other. And after mga 2 hours, they're no longer strangers. They are friends. And then they
Yeah.
go out, they drink, they talk more. And there were some who met up and are together now as a couple.
Wow.
There, no? So, if you're talking
Wow,
about...
Ninang si Jika dapat Ninang. Pag nagkatuluyan. That's amazing.
And not only that, some of them said, can we have another round, something deeper? So
Wow.
we're going to go into
Where
that.
could we get that deep card?
We'll invite you on, was that May 31? She has the
Yes.
conversations with
Deep
strangers.
conversations with strangers on Dear Darling on May 31. Pero the cards itself is available. Either go to the Love Institute Facebook page or the Deep
Cards Facebook.
page.
Or we'll talk to your friend here about the deep cards. And this is
Yes.
for, the blue ones are for general, family and friends. And she already made the red cards that are really for couples. So when you're a couple, you have the red cards.
And when China was mentioning about the Gen Z, the difference with the Gen Z
Yeah.
being opting more organic and
Organic.
more traditional,
Yeah.
napatingin ako sa mga anak ko, syempre, di ba?
Oh.
And I have an 18-year-old China and a 20-year-old. So both
Gen
almost
Z.
college, graduate na
Yeah.
senior high. And they're dating. And both their dates, they met in school. So I guess that's a proof of what China is saying on the statistics of the Gen Z. Ang mga millennials kasi mahilig yan ng mga now na, 'di ba? No time to
Yeah.
waste. Let's get this, 'di ba? So I guess that's a difference. Kami naman, we don't, Gen X, wala pa talaga. So wala ka talagang choice nun. Right? But before we proceed, let's just do some time check for all of us listening, for everyone listening over at Radyo Katipunan. It's now 10:04 a.m. And shout out to our regular listeners, to our new listeners. Hello, Rose Tabi. Good morning. Hello, Lorna Buenceseso. Good morning, Randall. And salamat sa pag-highlight, Rose Tabi, ng mga ating conversations here. And I hope everyone else is listening to. Shout out also to Rebecca Sanatin and Dory, Denila, Lala Denila, and Ella. Ayan, doon sa mga nakikinig na regular niya, hindi ko daw sila nabate kasi hindi ko nakikita. Late ko na nakikita sa Facebook, and I hope they're listening to us right now. All right. So, let's proceed again with, I have another question. So, with all these endless options, does it make singles less likely to invest time? No, especially, I don't know, with just the millennials or even the late daters, no?
To spend less
invest, to build the emotional intimacy, and mas nagpo-proceed ba? Oh, I like you. Sige, let's go ahead.
Oh, there are cases like that. 1 year pa lang, and they live in, or they're very physical in their relationship, and thinking that is the basis for deciding for the long term. They get married, only to realize they're not yet emotionally intimate or connected. They cannot really share what is in their heart. Kasi that's the one that we have to learn to do, to really share our deepest joys and hurts and pains, because that's what the relationship is all about. So that's part of the education we have to do, to help people ask the right questions. Instead of focusing on the physical. Physical is important, but that's only one aspect of their relationship.
How about for China's perspective? Is that something you notice, that people with all the array of options, is that something that they jump into, getting into the physical intimacy part without taking time to be emotionally intimate?
It always depends on the objective of why you're there. But one thing that I forgot to mention, when I was doing all of these dating apps, I also did a social experiment wherein, because sometimes you would say, bakit single ka pa? Hindi ka, most of the times, hindi mo lang na-meet yung type ka, or the type of physique na type ka. So I did an experiment wherein I did the travel mode, wherein you can place yourself in a certain country, and and check if how many likes you will get in an hour. I will get in an hour, and then the most number of likes that I will get in what country. And sometimes it's not just the physical, but rather the energy that you exude. Sometimes is because other than like the physical part that you were mentioning, hindi lang din doon eh. I mean, yeah, it is a really big factor, pero hindi naman, it takes two to tango. Some approach is, bakit even if I'm using these apps, wala pa rin ako nakaka-match in this particular place, and we have to consider that also. Because you want to make known, when it comes to choices, sometimes it's just you're looking in the wrong places. And that liberated us using these dating apps. So for the audience sake, I did UK, Australia, and the US. And I was so surprised. Guess how many likes I got in 30 minutes? Kasi, di ba, there are two ways. Pwede kang naka-incognito, which is people won't see you that you're available there. Or you can be seen publicly. I was stopped in the UK.
How many likes?
So, wait, you mean you put on your profile that you are there? You put in your profile that
there's a mode there that's called travel mode.
Okay.
And then you will put that whatever country you like to see. You use that if you're gonna go to a country.
Okay.
And I want to meet them, and then prior of being there. So
Okay,
I
guess.
have.
So how many likes did you get?
How many?
So 1,000 likes
Oh
in
my
30 minutes.
gosh!
That's a lot? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a
I mean,
lot?
that's a lot
Okay.
of people.
In the UK, yeah, but sometimes you won't get that. So those same
Even 100
goes
is
with
a
the
lot. 1,000 more.
white people also will have the same experience in the Philippines. Like Caucasians will have 1,000.
And they
That's
know
why
you're
they're so
Filipina, right?
yeah.
Ah,
They
definitely.
don't know.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah, yeah.
they think I'm a Vietnamese or
Oh,
Korean
Oh,
even.
yeah.
So and sometimes they ask. And then number two is the US, and then third is Australia. 500 is my lowest. So sometimes you're just not, and I'm not gonna get that in locally. I'm not gonna get that locally. So the average would probably in 30 minutes is just five
yeah.
or 10 for the most part. So it goes to show that those options will give you also confidence more than like just having the choices, because not everyone is a type of someone to begin with. So
Right.
it's empowering to them. Truth be told, I got into this dating apps because I want to see if I'm still marketable during 3 years ago. I know them by theory, but I never have used them until 3 years ago, and that's when I found out. So it gives you boost in your confidence, and sometimes you just have to be guided at the end of the day to go back to your question. What is your objective? Are you here to meet someone? Are you here for the physical adventure, or are you here to meet someone for the long haul?
So what I'm hearing from China is with you using the travel mode and testing the market in the US, in the UK, and Australia, you realize, and comparing it to your local likes and
Yeah.
bites, right? You are more marketable in
Yeah.
in those countries, kumbaga. So
Yes.
ang beauty mo ay pang US, UK, Australia.
And her
Ano yung
profile
pang-
because of her achievements also.
Maybe,
Yes,
maybe
yes.
we're not
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
Yeah.
what got them
Oo.
to say they
Because
like,
there's a
right?
certain level of achievements among the women here that
Scare.
that can scare or are not that can scare the Filipino men, or they're
Yes.
not interested. But there are foreigners that are more open to that.
Okay.
So it's a
But-
matching. Yeah.
But going back to the quickness, no, the instantness of the intimacy, and therefore sometimes, because we had the two doctors here with us last week, no, sometimes leading into automatic physical intimacy without taking time to do the emotional investment and the
Right.
getting to know you part.
Yeah.
Does that culture of having someone on the get-go with the online app make us parang treat sex as convenience instead, and the intimacy becoming more of a chore now? Parang bakit pa tayo mag-get to
Actually,
know you, and I can we can do the hookup or something.
even without the dating apps, it's already happening. I mean, you would be surprised. So at the end of the day, it still goes to really the value of the person. Because if someone is not into that in the first place, even if you date, foreign men, if that's not in your values, really also cannot do it. Like hook up on,
Right.
date just to hook up. But it's not something that was magnified or promoted because of the dating apps. It just made it easy to look for multiple partners. But at the end of the day, it's still the value of the person, and it's already outside the dating apps, because you would see how intimate channels and being promoted sexual intimacy in the reality TV shows.
Yeah.
So it's more than the dating apps. It's really the value of the person.
The values and
Yeah.
the values that they can pick up from the movies we watch.
Right.
You know.
And I agree.
Yeah.
It's not, kaya sometimes kasi nabivilify ang dating apps because yan yung na humahighlight na yan kasi hookup culture, therefore all the dangers of hookup sex or early sex are all because of the dating apps. What Gina's saying, no, that culture has already been
Been there
prevalent,
before, yeah.
even outside the
before.
dating apps. You meet someone in the bar, either you get to know the person,
Your
or
generation, marami yan. Sa amin din meron eh.
Oo,
I know.
actually,
Oh.
looking back, I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
mean, except that as everything else, napadali lang.
Yes, it hastened.
Naging convenient for
And
those
easy.
with that
Biro mo,
intention.
at click, somebody will say yes to you also. My gosh.
Pero just to stress again, Maribel, and I want
Yes.
to ask this, we kind of touched on this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Pero what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, ano ngayon, I want to know if I have physical chemistry with another person. Why do I have to get to know? I mean, that is important to me. I mean,
Right.
if religion is important for other people, physical chemistry is important to me. So what? What's wrong with that?
You know, there are about 8 other items that you have to check, not just physical intimacy. Because physical intimacy in the beginning of a relationship, lalo na kung crush mo, type mo, is so easy to say that, oh, we're compatible. But do we have the same values about work, financial, about children? Later on, if we will have children, about relationships, about career. So there are many things that we need to talk about. And the problem, as Alan, my husband, last week mentioned, when we get physically attached to, physically connected with the person, we can tend to be attached to that person even if
Yeah.
we're not compatible because of the brain circuit. So this is not anymore a person. It is really our biological makeup and the wiring in our brain that will make you say, oh, you are compatible, when in fact you're not. If you want to check compatibility, precisely we say the 3 years boyfriend, girlfriend, and better to remove sex first, delay it first, so that you can see the real picture. Because there are many who are married, they say, you're not the person I knew when we were boyfriend, girlfriend. How come you're different? Kasi if they had, then I asked them, many of our marital cases,
How long did you do
how
it?
long and how soon did you, hook up or be physically intimate? If it was early on the relationship and it was a dominant activity of the couple, chances are you don't really know each other that well, that you are not really the best of friends. You're not yet lovers, but you are
Bedmates.
bedmates.
Oh,
And also not only that, I have clients who practices neurolinguistic programming in the US. So
NLP,
NLP, and there is some sense of spirituality to it. And they said when someone's got intimate or have a
physical
physical connection to that another person, the energy also transfers.
Yeah.
So if the energy
Yes,
is not
yes.
good, if the past or heavy baggage, imagine if someone who has a heavy baggage and you're
Yeah.
very, that you know what you want in life and you're light. Just imagine how it's gonna affect you just
Yeah.
because there's already a connection, because people would just see it as physical, but no, it's a union, and still
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
spirituality in it.
Yes.
And something that you have to protect also for yourself. I didn't even know that before. I just found out about
That's good. She
I
brought up emotional baggage. That is the area precisely we want to focus on before marriage or even during the courtship, to talk about this and unload this emotional baggage, because he's the one that can
Bring the energy down.
and really a source of conflicts
Conflict,
among
yes.
couples, whether in a committed or in a marriage, in a relationship. So I have to be Miss Right and I have to look for Mr. Right, di ba? We're always
Yeah.
sometimes looking for Mr. Right. Ako, right ba ako?
Oo.
So have
Fix
I unloaded?
yourself first.
Fix ourselves first. Yes.
Kasi we get triggered by our spouses, and when those triggers happen, it's from old wounds.
Yes.
It's not really
Childhood wounds usually,
Oo,
yeah.
it's not wounds that started from our spouses or our boyfriends or girlfriends, but really old scars that have been just revisited. And speaking of, habang sinasabi ni China yung kanyang travel mode, tama ba?
Yeah.
From Australia and US, shout out to our viewers all the way from the Gold Coast. Hello
Oh.
to Agnes Pasis.
Australia.
Hi, Australia. Right. Thank you for joining us. And from the US, from Seattle, I think they're still in Seattle. They just got married and they met in Bumble. Hello to Cecil Tan. ano na apelido mo ngayon? Because I know you got married. Congratulations. Best wishes to the two
they
of
met
you.
in Bumble,
We met, okay, I'll share, ha? We met online and dating for 5 years. At first, we hoped that we have more in common, but I guess love conquers all. And we just got married and we met in Bumble. Super congratulations. And so there are success stories. However, if you use it for the wrong, there is also an increase of, the wrong intentions. And as Maribel said, even if you think the hookup is with
Consensual.
consent, consensual for both, there are consequences. There are neurological,
The brain wiring.
brain energy transfer consequences. I like the talk on energy because really it's spirituality. I mean, I believe energy study is
Yeah.
the science to prove spirituality. I believe that. So, beautiful. I love it. So,
Yeah.
Barachina, sa palagay mo ba, the people in this generation or your generation or the Gen Zs might confuse, and Maribel also with your clients, might confuse physical chemistry with emotional compatibility. And by the way, to the parents listening, this is not just for the singles. These are for the parents when you start talking to your teenagers about the dating life
Right.
and about the consequences. So know you're equipped with information, not just, sabi ng simbahan, ganito, dapat bawal yan, ganyan. No, there's really long-term psychological, emotional, neurological consequences to this, no? So, nagpapalit na ba yun? Physical compatibility, physical chemistry with emotional compatibility.
It should not.
Should not.
It can blind in the beginning. It can blind someone in the beginning, thinking because you're physically attracted, and then you like how they touch you, or maybe just caress your hair, or the way they kiss. But at the end of the day, they are abusive in their language, and you'll be able to find that out later soon in the relationship. But since you're physically satisfied, you deny that. So that's the danger of it. And sometimes, it should be the one that gives you, because it's always, I believe this 80-20 rule and Pareto principle, wherein not all the time in your partner you will see that whole 100% that you like, because they're not perfect individuals. You are blessed to have if the 100% is with them, but most of the time the long-term partners will only have 80%, and 20% is the reason of why people cheat sometimes, because they find it to someone else's and not realizing that they only have the 20% of what you miss, that ruins the entire relationship thing. So if you are into the aspect of not being able to be self-aware of what you're really so you have to do a self-discovery
Yes.
in order to find out who you are and what kind of emotional support or emotional partner you need to have.
Yeah.
And I won't say that physical is the second, but I would say it should be it should be partnering with, like, it's a partnership that swings from right to left, because there are also people who are so invested in this is a true story, years of friendship, but then when they kiss, the kiss didn't have a spark. So the girl turned her back, because it seems like they're not compatible, and it's also important to her. So it's probably, that's when it comes in, platonic lang talaga kayo, magkaibigan lang talaga kayo. I learned this from a relationship coach A, that even if without being intimate, you'll be able to identify if you're physically compatible is with their scent. So your sense of smell would identify if the scent that this partner exudes, or yung lumalabas sa kanila na scent, if you are attracted to that, that is probably a lot of evidence that you will be physically attracted to this person.
So, hindi lang
that's why
pala
yung mga
visual.
kapatid mo, hindi ka nababanguhan sa mga kapatid mo pag pinawisan. It's because
Parang gano'n, di ba? Kanina sabi ni China, I like the looks. Yung iba naman, like what they hear, the conversation. Yung iba sa gifts or meron
The
din
love
or
language.
factory, di ba? Yung or factory is the scent. And the hormones that come with it that is emitted, tinitingnan din yan. Okay.
And that's why all of those, you have to give it time and check. Kasi there are different ways to
Yes.
connect. No? Like one said, do I like to really kiss him? Parang sometimes I say no. I said, my gosh, if you say sometimes no, baka hindi mo talaga type yan.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
something-
You're just in denial. Sometimes you
Yeah,
just love the
exactly.
feeling of being in love, but you're
Exactly.
really
Right.
not.
Oh, there might be something attractive about him or her, but it's not in the totality. So, that's red flag.
Okay.
No?
We're almost out of time, pero meron bang quick question. Gusto sa inyong dalawa, quick answer lang. May question online. When on the dating apps, dapat bang i-introduce to sa mga teenagers or sa mga children? If so, when? Or wag na lang? Or
Well,
let them discover on their own?
You want to let them, encourage them to go organic muna. It's there. In school, they will meet already
Yeah.
people there,
Yeah.
no? So it is maybe when they're about 19 or 20 more responsible or being more informed about how to handle. Because, safety is also an issue here. You
Yes.
don't know these people there.
Yeah.
And you have to be, wiser and more mature to be able to handle that
Yes.
aspect there, no? So,
Yeah.
well, after college, better.
Okay.
Anyway, we're not stopping them from mingling. As we say, let your teens mingle. If you want to have a first boyfriend or girlfriend, sana 19. So you have the opportunity to really, meet up with people and hindi ka nababakuran.
So same sa'yo, Chins?
I would be. This is gonna be funny, but I would probably not if in your 30s, because you need a lot of discernment
Right.
for online
Actually,
dating apps,
Makes sense, yeah.
and it doesn't. If you're young, why you need the app?
Yeah.
You can just meet people organically,
Yeah, right.
and I'm still into safety, and I
Yes.
don't think that this is something safe for the young people because they're
Yes.
more naive.
Yeah.
In terms of like people that they would not meet. I mean, if I'm gonna be a mom,
Yes.
I'd freak out if I found out.
Yeah. So like anything online, like any apps, it comes with its pros, it comes with its dangers as well. And siguro kung nagtanong yung anak nyo, pwede kayong sumagot. Be ready to answer just because they're curious. And again, we want
Then
us to be their
explain, yes.
first go-to when they're curious about something without judgment. Pero
Yeah.
kung hindi pa nila alam, hindi naman explore, hindi kailangan because they are meeting people organically. So, maybe last question for the two of you before your final advice to everyone, no? What do you think? So, in the dating apps, this is just a tool. At the end of the day, we get to know the person.
Right.
We spend time with them. Maribel prescribes 3-3-3-3. Apat na 3 na yun, di ba? Pag long distance, 3 times 3, 9 years. Para na to keep on the 3, di na ba? Mga 6
Di na,
years daw.
oo.
Pero, what do we do? What are the things we should get to know about the person? Especially if our intention is long-term
Marriage.
or marriage or really
commitment.
family,
Yeah.
finding a family. What are the things? So I'll ask Gina first and we end with Maribel. What do you think are the green and red flags that we should be looking at to really see if we're compatible with someone?
Yeah. So in my case, I look for if they're intellectually aligned with you, your wavelength, because at the end of the day, you'll be conversing a lot, you'll be communicating a lot, and communication is really something that is important in the relationship. And having that kind of mind, you also want to know, are your values in check? It's something that you can compromise. What are your non-negotiables to
Yes.
begin with? Like, because the default is being nice,
Yeah.
and don't do the 10 commandments that
Yeah.
God gave. But but what is important after that is like, how do you solve conflict? How do you
Yeah.
handle arguments?
Yeah.
How are you with your money? I'm here in my
Right.
trade today, but how do you fight? Like what kind of what are the things that even if you don't have the same belief, are you open that the person or your partner lives with what he or she believes in?
Yes.
And and not intervene with that. And do you both like to have kids?
Yes.
Because these are the things that I look for or watch out for when it comes to, and are they open for you to, like, what you have already lived by,
Yeah.
what you believe, your strong beliefs, are they okay with that?
Galing.
It's something that you have to realize, that you will spend a potential that you're gonna spend a lifetime with this person. So if a person is willing to grow and willing to compromise, it's not always that you're gonna win in what you like, but you meet in the middle.
Right.
And for me also, if they're really satisfied with how you look, and because I've seen dates that are willing to spend operations with their partners, and that is like a very in the sense of a woman, hindi ka pa ba satisfied dun sa itsura ko?
Yes.
Why do you have to even suggest?
Change.
So mas gusto ko na sobrang gandang-ganda sila sa'yo. I mean, you don't need to make an effort, but you still gonna do an effort. But in your pinakapangit na version, they still look at you beautifully.
Okay.
That's very important to me. as well.
Galing. That, I love it, no? So beyond what I heard, and dagdagan mo, Maribel, ko ano pa, maganda yung number one, physical attraction on the natural. You can upgrade or make effort to look a little better on certain days, but on your bare minimum, woke up like this look, right? Do they love you? Number two, conflict resolution,
Yeah.
communication capabilities, marunong bang makipag-usap. Number three is value, commonality of values, especially the talk on money, on children, as Sheena mentioned. What additional? Alam ko nasa listahan mo yan, Maribel. What else?
I will add the emotional maturity. How emotionally stable this person is. You can give and take. You can, there's that responsibility, can be accountable. And lalo na yung mga unresolved issues of the past na resolved now, or they
Yes.
were unloaded already or fixed.
Yes.
So that it avoids the hurts and pains in the relationship. I like what Sheena mentioned, the willing to grow, willing to learn more. And this one, learning more in terms of relationship. We learn a lot about our career, but relationship, kulang na kulang. And that's why there are problems. No? Sabi mo, yung conflicts. We have got 3 sessions of the art of fighting, Sheena,
Yes.
that we give to couples. How to
Yes.
fight
Nice.
The art of fighting.
The art of fighting. Yan ang forte namin ng asawa ko, the art of fighting.
Alam ko lang, art of war.
No.
The
art
art
of fighting in a marriage or in a relationship.
Yeah, because fights are
So yan yun,
inevitable.
communication, right?
You have to know how to fight. And that's why the marriage preparation, again, is very important. And the increasing, there's a new trend. There are couples attending Discovery Weekend or coming to Love Institute for marriage preparation.
Yes.
And they are not yet engaged.
Yes.
They are dating. And precisely, they want to know, are we ready to move to the next level of getting engaged? And that's what we really prefer.
Yes.
Rather than entering or attending engaged and then getting married in
And
2
then-
weeks, 3 weeks.
And realize during the weekend, meron pala, we're not
Yeah.
yet ready.
Right,
And so
right.
that's a little messier. Anyway, so we're about out of time, but we thank everyone who's joined us. Hello to Jennifer Chua, and as Rose Tabi highlighted and Gina has been mentioning, fix yourself first. Get to know yourself first. Discover your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
So you don't take it out on your spouses later on, and you know what to look for while you're dating already. So Gina, any last word from you, and please invite them to your Money-wise. Wealthwise, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We need that also.
All right. So guys, I'm inviting everyone to, if you are into wealth building, I am in finance and a part of Abacus Securities as a portfolio manager. And I was here since 2018, but through this, I've also want to emphasize, if you are with a partner, don't have a joint account. Have separate accounts until you get married. This is not something, because I've been there and it
Wow.
works. And kapag nung nag-break kayo, magmumukhang parang divorce yan, na paghihiwalay nyo because you don't know. But anyway, I want to talk about things, how to build your wealth in terms of spirituality, your well-being. Wealth is not just about money, and you have to be wise in order to build that. And that's why I have a show called Wealthwise, where I interview people. The last guest that I published is Brother Bo Sanchez, and you can see that on YouTube, Wealthwise Talk by China Barachina, and also inviting everyone to check out My Trade, our online brokerage platform wherein you can start investing. Even if you don't know about stock market, we have a system that can be used for you that works just like a playlist. And also thanks to Amen for my attire today. Amen Clothing Global Co. They're into empowering women through their specialized and personalized suit. Thanks.
Thank you,
That's all.
Gina. Thank you so much. We'll invite you back, especially on this topic on finances in a relationship or in marriage. I think we need your wisdom on this too to guide all
Sure.
our viewers.
Right.
Maribel, last
Sure.
words to
That's
everyone.
a lot topic.
Yes, right. We'll invite China there. And we really want, everybody wants a happy and forever, and you deserve it. You can. But you want to take the steps really to prepare for that. Go dating, and after the 3-year period of dating, and see if you are really compatible with each other. And if you think, to attend the Discovery Weekend or the Thinking of Marriage program we have at the Love Institute for a more thorough preparation.
Yes,
and
and
of course
the
the deep cards of Jika that you can check out.
On May 31, 2:30 to 4 p.m., the next Discovery Weekend run is in Cebu, June 5 to 7. It's face-to-face. So those from the south or from the Queen City of Cebu, can catch that. Go to our discoveryweekend.org website. And we end now with the Bible verse from Jeremiah 29. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So we claim that plan of the beautiful plan of the Lord. Dating app is just a tool, no, along with all the other opportunities to meet people. But the first step really to forever is getting to know you, what you want, who you are, and healing from whatever wounds you have in the past. And then when that's done, more or less 80-20, not have to be 100%, maybe you're more ready to find a partner and really have someone there to love you, but you learn to love yourself first. So thank you very much, everybody, all those who joined us on radio and online, and hopefully this has been meaningful. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully kayo rin. So we'll see you again next week. Kita-kits po tayo May 11. And we hope in a past hour we spark a little joy and some love into your life. Thank you, everyone. Stay blessed.
What keeps a family shining? It's that spark, the bond between spouses, the wisdom of parents, and the dreams of children. And guess what? We're turning that spark into a show. Introducing Spark, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. A program filled with real talk, life hacks, inspiring stories, and yes, even the fun and laughter that keep families strong. So tune in, light up your day, and let's celebrate what makes every family shine. Spark, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Your campus, your community, your spark.